this has been one of the craziest, most active off seasons we've seen in a long time. So, is the reason we're seeing these pieces move and trade, is it because the lower to mid market teams can't afford the free agents?
I think it is a combination of things. I think it's absolutely that. I think your mid-market teams like the Cubs are looking at the price of these guys going, nope. But we got a minor league system that's got some players in it. Let's see what we can turn those guys into. Same with the Red Sox. They looked around at the market and kind of went, we'll go trade for Garrett Crochet. We got plenty of prospects. And like we've said a million times, prospects look great until they get to the major league level and can't perform.
Right.
And how many of them come up and don't ever pan out? So do you want proven talent or potential talent? And that's a balancing act.
Yeah.
So I definitely think your middle market teams are like, we can't afford these guys. We got to build from another way and build from a strength we have, which is prospects. The second piece of it too, I think the team like the Red Sox who have the money, I think they're looking at the price of the free agents in the marketplace and going, we don't want to pay that.
Right.
The Red Sox were very open to the day. They just aren't comfortable paying Corbin Burns $40 million a year. There's no question of the talent. There's no question of the impact. But they just don't want to commit that much money to a single guy when they've got other needs to fill.
Right.
And I think we're reaching that point where these annual values and these contracts are hitting a breaking point where teams are like, I'm all set. Like I don't need, I don't have 40 million reasons to go get Corbin Burns. I just don't.
Right.
We're not there. We're not at that point.
Yeah. If your team is, I would say, desperate, and like I said with the Kyle Tucker trade, it gets you over the hump, then yeah, I think you do it. If you have the income, you go ahead, you spend the $40 million a year to get Corbin Burns.
Yep.
But Corbin Burns on the Red Sox does not get the Red Sox past the Yankees. It doesn't get them to the World Series. I'm sorry, it doesn't. I love the Red Sox, but Corbin Burns won't get us there. We need too much help everywhere else. Bullpen, second base still a hole. I mean, it's.
Well, here's a question for you, Nick. Do you think the Mets are a playoff team right now?
A playoff team? Yes.
So you think they're going to take a wild card or have a shot in the East?
Their rotation's a question mark, so maybe not right now. I don't think they're I don't think they're a playoff team.
But they signed Juan Soto.
I get that. I do.
I'm making your point for you. Like,
right. But
one player doesn't change a team that much.
Right. You don't have the starting pitching right now. Mania went. Luis Severino signed with the A's. So, I mean, those are two big arms that have been in your rotation last year to get you there. I mean, yes, you still have Kodai Senga. You have Diaz closing the back half, but we saw him, like, he was kind of exposed in the playoffs last year too. So right now, the Mets, no. But the Mets are far from done. Cohen has, indispensable income. He's just going to spend where he needs to.
David Stearns came in a couple days ago and said they do not plan on signing any more significant contracts. That they're going to look for smaller moves. Now, maybe that's just him saying that to tamp down expectations, but I think, when you've got $51 million a year committed to a guy, that's a pretty significant commitment. And to throw another 40 million at a Burns and another 20 million at an Alonso, like, you could be over 100 million in just 3 players.
Yeah.
And you still got to build a whole team. That's the difference about baseball. Baseball is a 26-man roster, and you need all 26 guys. Yeah. This is not the NBA where you can run out 2 or 3 guys, and that's literally in some cases, one guy can change your whole team. Right. One guy in baseball, I don't care who you are, doesn't change a team that much. Yeah. Barry Bonds, one of the best players of all time. How many rings does he have? Because you can't win by yourself. You have to have an entire team.
Yep.
And it is maddening at times to listen to fans. They want their team to go sign everybody. It's like, well, you can't do that. And one guy, Mets fans think they're on the way to the World Series. I hate to tell you, but you're not right now. Unless you go find 2 or 3 solid starting pitchers, maybe a bullpen arm, and a first baseman, you guys are going to finish 3rd in the NL East. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because the Nationals are no joke either. Like, that's a young team on the rise.
Yeah.
So one player does not change things that much. And we've talked about this at last offseason at the trade deadline again. There are so many teams that they aren't one player away, So why make the move? Why go spend the money on the one guy who's not going to get you over the hump?